The AFC wildcard round over at Houston, Texas. A rematch of a historic matchup between the Houston Oilers and the Buffalo Bills. Are we going to see similar magic in this game? That was the first thought that lingered in the back of my mind. Number two, DeShaun Watson. Of course, his Super Bowl is over at Miami, and this was the year that DeShaun really took off. Or people even say last year that was the case. White Buffalo had a big season in the year of Super Bowl 54 over at the city of Miami. It's Buffalo that also has gematria of 27. This is exactly the reason why DeShaun Watson's first playoff win is going to occur against the Buffalo Bills over at Houston. They lost to the Colts last year. Houston, Stratford High School man Andrew Luck with his 53 high school touchdowns. Now it's DeShaun Watson who is going to end up defeating the Buffalo Bills. And what we have is Buffalo being a playoff team this year and DeShaun Watson winning his first playoff game. So 27 is pretty evident in this video. It's Buffalo that equals 63. It's Miami, Florida that has gematria of 63. This is what you're seeing with the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs and the Houston Texans in the playoffs. Now for DeShaun Watson, keep in mind that they're playing the Bills. It is the Bills that has gematria of 33. Now, keep in mind, it is the Bills that equals 33. It's interesting that it's Massachusetts that has gematria of 33. So I expect the Houston Texans to progress to the next round. And what we have here is the most successful coach in the coaching tree for Bill Belichick, which is Bill O'Brien. Look at this. The Texans were established 20 years ago. I want to say that it's Watson that has gematria of 20. And look at him. He's having a big win. Houston Texans in their seasons. See what the playoff record is. Let me find my mouse again. Okay. List of Bills seasons. Because this is a historic team, the Buffalo Bills. They're part of that. Understand something. I get it. The 100th NFL season, we're seeing a lot of historic teams in the playoffs. The Buffalo Bills are one of these teams that originated in the old AFL. So this is why you see Buffalo in the playoffs. Their 31st playoff game is going to be over at Houston. Houston equals 31. Now, here, I want you to show you something here when we do the scenarios. We know that DeShaun Watson cannot face off against the Ravens because that game was horrible. It was 41-0. And now, remember this game. We have to see this happen. So although some people, even though I get it, that's really exciting to see Patrick Mahomes against Tom Brady again. Like, they don't want the same matchups to happen every single year. And sometimes it's just all about fitting the right storylines, and it's all about Bill O'Brien being a Massachusetts native and a former understudy of Phil Belichick. That's the main thing to look out for. Houston, they would lose their second game over in the playoffs over at New England, because if you're familiar with the Gary Kubiak days, they did play over at Foxborough, and they did not beat them over at Foxborough, but two MVPs in the playoffs. Tom Brady gets an easy win before facing off against the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs, and that's really what we are anticipating here with the with the AFC playoff picture, right? Okay, so there we have it, and then we need to go up. We need to go up here and see what is in store with the Texans. Also keep in mind with DeShaun Watson, Clemson. See, even his school is all coded. Clemson 27, Buffalo 27. Oh, really? They make it so obvious. What the fucking bloody hell, man? They make it so fucking obvious. Tigers 33. The Bills equals 33. All revolved around 33 here. Houston Texans could be 4-5 before facing off against New England. 6 playoff loss to Tom Brady the Snake. Let's take a look at that playoff game. I should say that's going to be the Oilers. And then that was the Bills. They lost to Frank Reich last year in the playoffs, who facilitated this big comeback in that particular playoffs. So I think that's an interesting observation because the Houston Texans lost to the Colts last year, who made the playoffs after starting 1-5. That's who they lost to in the playoffs, and now they get the Buffalo Bills. I think this is what has to be tied into this game. I mean, the fact that there are 38 points in that game and that it's Florida that equals 38. The fact that we're seeing this again. Any more comebacks for DeShaun Watson? The Buffalo Bill defense gonna be really great early on in the game? That's something really interesting to know. I mean, Super Bowl was over at California. I just wanted to see what the site was for that year, but yeah, it's on. DeShaun Watson, the Houston Texans, going to win the football game. It's some more gematria for you guys. Just more gematria. More gematria. Josh Allen has gematria of 33. The Bills equals 33. It's all tying together. Quarterback of the Clemson Tigers winning the playoff game for the first time. To be 1-1 in the playoffs. 1 out of 2 games before facing off against Tom Brady. Look out.